a broken clock is right twice a day. You know what I mean? Now, I had a problem with what Keyshawn Johnson said a few days ago about Bill Belichick hiring some black coaches for his new college team. But he said something about Aaron Rodgers that I actually agree with. And I want to know if you share my sentiment.
I can't say anymore. I'm probably already in trouble for mentioning it to we call you normies.
Well. You know, yesterday, some of you might have watched my video about the hiring process going on here soon about the New York Jets and the head coaching position. And we know that Ron Rivera and most importantly or specifically Rex Ryan is going to interview for that position, okay? Well, going back before that, I also talked about how Aaron Rodgers essentially quit on his team because I did a video where I said he got benched, but I corrected myself. He didn't get benched. He took himself out of the game, all right? Now I'm going to play you a video, but I just want to highlight this article, which made me reference the video, find the video. This from the New York Post. Keyshawn Johnson rips Aaron Rodgers for quitting on the Jets after asking to be taken out of Bills blowout.
Bitch, ain't no way.
Yes.
Ain't no fucking way.
And Keyshawn Johnson says something that I completely and wholeheartedly agree with. Actually, a couple things that he says that I agree with, all right? So I will leave a link to this article in the description box, and I'll probably reference it here in a minute. But I want to get straight to the video and hear what Keyshawn Johnson has to say. This is from Speak on FS1. Keyshawn Johnson, Aaron Rodgers quit. Quote, he decided to take his ball and go home because he wasn't getting his way.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Now, this is probably on YouTube, of course, right? So I have to get my fair use clause before I start reacting. So before we get into the video, fair use.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
But the fact that you was 112 yards, 2 interceptions, you was sacked a bunch, and it was 33-0 or whatever it was, you decided to take your ball and go home because you wasn't getting your way.
Well, he did
Bills.
stay on the sideline, so he was nice enough to do that.
What's the difference between him and the dude in San Francisco? You quit on your team, man.
Yeah, bitch.
I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
like
bitch.
Aaron Rodgers like that.
He subbed himself out.
Oh, okay, that's not
Devondre
quick.
Campbell left the field, though.
He
so
left the whole field and said, "Oh, how?"
Oh,
Now, I believe they're referring to, I don't know if it was another guy from the 49ers, I believe, right? He left the field after refusing to come in the game after being sidelined for the guy that had the injury. Right now, I forgot their names, but I did a video about it. Just check my catalog, right? And so Paul Pierce, he's kind of being funny now because he's kind of pulling out some excuses. He's really trying to be funny to hype up Keyshawn and keep talking about the issue, right? So I get it.
you're being paid a lot of money to be on the field with your teammates.
40, Achilles.
Oh, you're gonna give him the 40.
You
gonna give him the 40.
1 foot out the door already.
So I tell you what then.
You the one who want him to come back
Well,
next
I
year.
did. I saw that.
I'm saying.
No,
you
I
was
thought
like, bring him
he was.
back.
I thought he was on a mission to convince them that he should come back.
Now, Keyshawn Johnson had another point there. He said he thought that Aaron Rodgers was on a mission to show them that they should bring him back. Remember the press conference he had, I don't know, about 4 weeks ago when the reporter asked him, about his future with the Jets and everything, blah, blah. And I think Aaron Rodgers says something to the effect of, the next few weeks, if they don't, see my potential or something like that, then that's their problem. Something to that effect, right? Essentially, he was saying, I'm going to play well enough to where there shouldn't be any question about should they bring me back or not, right? And then this happens. He takes himself out for Tyrod Taylor.
Based on what he did yesterday, I don't want to be nowhere near him. If I'm on this team, I don't think it's registered to you that this dude left the game. He checked out. Think about when we was little when the dude
checked out weeks ago.
Yeah, but
Ain't no way.
Now,
Ain't no
I
fucking way.
have to agree with that too, Paul Pierce. He did. I think Aaron Rodgers, his play on the field has been, when he first came back, everybody had high hopes, myself included, because I like how Aaron Rodgers plays myself. I think he's a Hall of Famer. He only has one. He only has one championship, but I think he's played well enough to be up there with some of the greats. Right now, is he on Tom Brady's level? I don't think anybody's gonna be on Tom Brady's level as far as accomplishments, but as far as like athletic ability and skill, I think he deserves some consideration on that part, right? But Aaron Rodgers, I believe he has checked out. Their season's been so bad, and he knew he was, getting looked at. He knew he was the focus of everybody's ire after the coach got fired. There's all on you, Aaron, after that, and he knew that. And then, well, they fired the coach, Robert Saleh, and the team just kept, regressing. And I think, yeah, he checked out. I think so.
Think about when we was little,
But he
we went to the school.
literally physically checked out.
Think about when we was little, Paul. We went to the school, to the playground on the 8-foot courts, and we didn't pick the dude to play, and he had the leather ball. We had the hard rubber ball that bounced sky high because we didn't pick him. He took his ball and went home.
Right,
that's exactly what he just did. He took his ball and went home because he wasn't getting his way, and the Bills was kicking his rear end. That's just, what the hell is wrong with Aaron Rodgers?
Like I said before,
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Aaron Rodgers is not a coach. And him taking himself out of the game, in my opinion, I believe that coach is spineless, but he's not the head coach. He's the acting head coach. He was the assistant head coach, right? So he probably had the stones to tell him to get his ass back in the game. But Aaron Rodgers, you do get paid a lot of money. They're still looking at you. You having a bad game, but so what? You didn't want the game to be shut out in your name, so you took yourself out and put Tyrod Taylor in there. He scored 2 touchdowns, and like, oh, man, great. But they were going to the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, the Jets were scoreless. He takes himself out, puts Tyrod Taylor in there. The offense gets energized. They scored 2 touchdowns, and they at least escaped without getting, a freaking goose egg. I believe Aaron Rodgers should have kept himself in the game. The coach didn't take you out. You didn't have the authority to take yourself out of the game. Whether y'all got shut out or not, you should have stayed in the game, in my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's keep going.
So you bring him back?
No.
All right.
I don't want to have anything to do with him. He showed me that just now. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Because that to me is unacceptable. Getting a coach fired.
Everybody has a line.
Getting a coach fired. Not happy with your receiver, all that's cool. But deciding I don't want to play anymore, I'm going to leave you out there to get beat up. Put you out there. I'm going to throw you in the fire. Go on, TT. You go out there and be a pinata. I'm tired of being a pinata. Even though they paying me $50 million. Like, stop, man. I don't accept that. And people can say whatever the hell they want to say about me. I would never do that.
Stand on business, Keyshawn.
Ain't no
I
way.
stand on business.
Ain't no
That's
fucking
right.
way.
Say what they want to say about it. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about me too. I agree wholeheartedly with Keyshawn Johnson. He got his coach fired. The team was in a complete nosedive at terminal velocity the entire season. And the second to last game, you take yourself out and put Tyrod Taylor in there because the offense playing so bad, you just couldn't take having a goose egg in your name. So you put Tyrod Taylor in there. And you escape the goose egg. But I don't think so because, again, when you took yourself out of the game, you were still scoreless. So, in my opinion, you left the game 40-0. So, the goose egg should still be on your head. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But real quick, let me go to the press conference because let me read something from the article real quick before I get out of here because I want to show y'all what he said. I just remember, I didn't see this, but I watched the video to see what he said coming into that press conference. It says, during the post-game press conference after the 40-13 loss, Rodgers revealed that it was his idea to bring in the backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor as the game got out of hand. Quote, it was 33-0, and we were sitting there, and I said, and I said at some point, probably got to go to Tyrod here, huh? Then the next play, the Bills threw a screen for a touchdown. So it was 40-0, Rodgers said. Taylor eventually went to the game and led the Jets to 2 touchdown drives. So he's sitting there on the sideline. The Bills drive down the field, hang another 7 points on you. It's 40-0. And you say, okay, you know what? I'm done. And you put Tyrod Taylor in there. I mean, classless, spineless in my opinion. You took yourself out of the game, and Keyshawn was right. You didn't want to get, you was completely exposed during that game. The Bills were running roughshod on you at pretty much every phase of the game. You took yourself out. I don't respect it. I don't respect any of the guys that did that, whether you had a good reason or not. The guy from the Cowboys, the 49ers, you Aaron Rodgers. If you take yourself out of the game, man, you getting paid all this money. Regardless of the reason, man, you stay on the field out there till the game's over. Now, if you want to, and guys even have spats on the sideline with coaches, and they still go out there and play. I mean, I can respect that more. You having an argument with the coach and one of the players. I respect that more than just saying I'm just not going to play at all. But I digress. Keyshawn Johnson put it best, in my opinion. I agree with everything he said. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section. All right. And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just Normie, here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports. Let me know what you think about Aaron Rodgers taking himself out of the game and what Keyshawn had to say about it, his opinion about it down in the comment section. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.